Hello and welcome. In this tutorial, I'm going to be focusing on Cartoon Animator 5, specifically how to make objects spin. We'll be looking at spinning text, a spinning fan, a spinning windmill, a spinning washer. First, I'm going to start off by showing you what we will be creating, and then we'll get right into it. So, we're going to start with the fan. So this keyhole-shaped object is the body of our fan. And now we'll bring in the blades. I realize that most fans have a guard to protect you from the spinning fins. But we will live dangerously in this tutorial, so there is no guard. Don't try this at home, kids. So at this point in the tutorial, I'm going to spill the beans. Yep, you heard me. I'm letting you know what the secret is to creating spinning objects. And I'm going to show you how to save your spinning action so you can use it for other objects in your other videos, like you're going to see me doing here. To be able to save your actions, you have to use the rotation feature found in the Prop Key Editor or the FFD editor. If you try to use the rotation feature up here in the menu, it will not work because of the way the collector clip works. You'll see that saving your actions for later use is a great time saver, and you get the added benefit of being able to replicate the action for longer lengths of time and speed up or slow down the action. I'll also show you how to do this later in this video tutorial. With the fan blades selected, click on the Prop Key Editor. I am going to make my animation last for 100 frames, or about 3 seconds. For the blades to turn continuously in the same direction, I am going to rotate them 90 degrees at a time, meaning that we will create 5 keyframes in total. 0 is already created by default, so we will need to add 1 at 25 frames, 1 at 50 frames, 1 at 75 frames, and 1 at 100 frames. At frame 25, the rotation will be 90 degrees. At frame 50, the rotation will be 180 degrees. At frame 75, the rotation will be 270 degrees. And at frame 100, the rotation will be 359.9 degrees, not 360, or it will cause the fan to spin backwards. You can see here that the blades are spinning correctly, always in a clockwise direction, since everything seems to be working correctly. I'm going to save that action. To do this, I click on the Collection Clip tab on the fan blade timeline. I highlight the frames that I want to include in my saved action. In this case, it's frames 0 to 100. Then I right-click on the highlighted area of the collection clip and select Export. I'll save my action by giving it a name that makes sense. I'm going to call the action Spin It. Now that I have successfully saved my spinning action, I am going to delete the fan blades and bring them in again, this time applying the spinning action that I saved previously. I simply open the folder where I saved the Spin It action and drag it onto my fan blades image. When I do this, the fan blades turn or spin one time, which lets me know that it was successfully applied to the image. I tested it, and I can see that it's working perfectly. Now it's time to increase the speed of the spinning blades. Click on the Speed button on the menu above the timeline. It looks like a double-sided arrow. It will turn orange when it's selected. Now, put your mouse over the end of the action bar in the timeline, and when it turns into a double-sided arrow like the button, drag it to the left to increase the speed. Dragging to the right will decrease the speed, kind of like applying slow motion. Now, I'm going to increase the number of revolutions by clicking on the button with the plus sign, also known as the looping button. Putting my mouse over the end of the action bar that we shrunk to the left now creates a plus sign with a right-facing arrow. I drag it to the right, and it duplicates my action. Since this is a tutorial, and I want to confine it to the screen size, I will only replicate it 4 times, which extends the action bar to frame 100. I can easily drag this out as far as I want, and the fan blades will continue to turn for the duration of the frames in my video. Now, I'm going to show you how you can apply this same technique to spinning text. I created this text in Affinity Designer and exported it as a PNG. I am applying the spin it action to the text the same way I did to the fan blades. Once again, the image spins one time, confirming that the action has been successfully applied. For some added effect, I squash the image into an oval, and it continues to spin on its axis. I created a front-load washing machine to simulate the tumbling action. Again, I'm using the saved action, and I'm just adjusting the rotation speed to my needs. In this last example, I want to show you an image I created using AI. I am purposely leaving the wobble in this spinning action so I can show you how to fix it. When you import an image into Cartoon Animator, the application sets the center point automatically. In this case, the windmill wings are not perfectly sized, so when the application places the center point on the image, it does not line up with the point where the 4 wings intersect. Now I am going to add the spinning motion to the windmill wings, and you'll see that because the center point is not at the intersection of the 4 wings, the spinning looks like it has a wobble. Not the effect that we were going for. Fixing this issue is very easy. Simply select the image and click on the composer. When the composer opens, click on the Bone Editor button, which causes the center point to show. Then it's simply a matter of dragging the center point to the place where the 4 wings intersect. Now if you return to the stage and play, the wings will be spinning correctly. There may be times when you want a wobble or a circular motion to be off-center, such as machinery or gears, but that is not the case here. Here is one last quick example. Here I added a gear image to the stage, duplicated it, and flipped it horizontally. I then positioned the duplicate gear so it would interlock with the original as they spin. Well, there you have it. I've shown you numerous examples of where a spinning motion can be useful, how you can create a spinning motion that can be saved for use later on in other videos. You've also seen how to speed up or slow down the spinning motion, as well as how to replicate it for continuous spinning. If you found any of the information in this tutorial useful or it inspired ideas for your own videos, please consider liking it and subscribing to this channel. Until next time, keep on practicing. The more you practice, the better you'll get.